Oh,
And we are back to I don't know what that was. Okay. And we are back to the Lando Project. Welcome, everybody. We are trying to figure out everything that just happened. We have a fantastic slate of movie news today. I'm your host, Lando Payne, and I am always with the big dog himself, B to the C. How we doing, big fella?
I'm good. It's early, so my lights aren't properly set up and on because I'm not a professional. But
Hey,
but
man.
I'm so excited. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good show. We're using a new system, and I can already see myself redlining on the side. So once again, I'm already too loud. So awesome.
It's always good to have that mirror to let us know when we're good. But guys, we have scoured the internets for you today. We got a fantastic slate of movie news that we're going to discuss with you. Guys, this is the Lando Project. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and share. And as we get into our, actually, you know what? Hey, BC, how you been? It's been a while.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm a little tired, and I got a long weekend ahead of me. I got to go out to Minnesota this weekend. Wait, Minnesota or Michigan?
Minnesota,
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Minnesota. Yeah, I'm running social media for a wrestling company, and I got to go up there because no one at the company knows how to take pictures, so I have to go and at a show in Minnesota.
That'll be fun. I haven't been to Minnesota yet. I got some good friends
It's
up there.
I went for a show last out there. It's not a bad little place. The really annoying because there's no direct flights from Dallas.
Right.
So I gotta go to Denver, change planes. It's gonna be a long.
Oh, that sucks. I hate being at the
Yeah.
airport all day.
Oh,
I
it's
did.
awful. Awful.
That's one of the big reasons why I never joined the Air Force. I never wanted to be on planes. I don't like plane rides, and that's one of the
I
biggest
hate 'em.
reasons why I never wanted to do pararescue. I never wanted to do
Yeah.
the SEALs. I have absolutely no problem shooting somebody, but I don't want to jump out of an airplane. So when it came from me picking what I had to do, that's how I filtered the jobs, not jumping out of an airplane. But you know the crazy thing about that when I joined the Navy,
What's that?
I didn't realize I was going to spend, and I know this is going to sound really stupid. This is going to sound really, really dumb. When I joined the Navy, it didn't dawn on me that I committed myself to a lifetime on a boat.
What's
Like,
funny?
I never thought about it until I was on the plane to boot camp. I was like, oh shit, I'm going to live on a boat.
My mom always told me when I was growing up, I didn't join the military, but she was like, if you want to go to the military, you can only go join the Navy. And I was like, why? She's like, because then no matter what, wherever you are, you have a bed. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, you always have a bed on the boat. You're fine.
that that is kind of true. That's kind of true. You can make anything a bed, but there's always the thing uh, about the bus. Anyway, that's neither here nor there, guys. We're here to talk about some delicious movie news, and we're going to kind of get right into it. So yeah, we haven't really done a news show yet, so we're kind of catching up on some old stuff. And it looks like while we've been gone, Cap Four found a brand new director. Uh, pretty good guy. I mean, it seems like he directed Cloverfield Paradox, Nigerian fella, and he's going to take over the Captain American franchise. The last time we had any director for the franchise, it was the Russo brothers with Winter Soldier and with Civil War. So they're bringing in a new director because we don't know what's going on with the Russo brothers. But I also like the idea that it is a new director for this new take on Captain America. Um, Now the director choice, like I said, he's only really done Cloverfield Paradox, which you can argue how you feel about that movie. It's a Netflix movie to me, so it's not. I'm not basing his directing talent necessarily on Netflix and their machine, because I definitely think that the Disney machine will work a little bit better for him. But it's pretty cool news. That's how I feel about BC. How do you hear about the new director for Cat Four?
Okay, yeah. You bring up the Cloverfield paradox,
Yes.
which was originally a film called God Particle
Uh
that
huh.
they just that they just tagged on Cloverfield to and added a
Yeah, I
few
remember that.
tiny little scenes to make it work. Um, that was not very, that was a difficult. I
I
really did
couldn't
not.
get I couldn't get through it, but I did hear about all the mis going ons with that movie about like how that movie wasn't intended to be a Cloverfield movie. They just
Yeah.
shoehorned Cloverfield into it. Can't really blame the director for that one.
No, you can't. But
You know.
he probably did the best he could with what he had. He's also known for a movie called Luke,
Mm.
which has been received pretty well. It's got like a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. So it's a smaller film, but apparently did really well. So you have that at least, and we know that Marvel likes to do this. They like to get those smaller directors that they find something in and go with, like what's his name did the Spider-Man movies.
Oh, he
Watts.
did
Tom
Watts. He
Watts
did
had only
Cop
really
Car.
done Cop
Cop.
Car
Yep.
beforehand. So in Feige we trust. So I'm all on board. I like this. I think it's a good idea. I'm excited for the next Captain America. And I love that it's just like, yo, Captain America 4.
Yeah, it's
I'm
coming.
like, yeah.
Let's go. And I know some people feel that the Falcon and Winter Soldier Disney Plus show. I don't know where all of a sudden this hatred for the show came. Because I remember when the show came out, everyone was like, "Yeah, it was good. It wasn't great,
Yeah.
but it was good." And then it just seemed like with time, people would just start bashing. But that's the internet for you. I thought this show was okay. I didn't think it was the strongest of shows. It didn't have the cosmic element to it, but I definitely believe it was the most grounded besides Hawkeye.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
one of the most grounded shows that they've made. It was not as cosmic wonderful, but I like Anthony Mackie as as Captain America. And I'm glad that he's finally getting this movie. I'm tired of this Chris Evans talk. They keep talking about like, oh, will Chris Evans be back because it's not definite that he's not Cap anymore.
Let it
Yes,
let it go.
it's over.
Let's
It's
tell
over.
some new let's tell some new stories.
Let's tell some new stories, man. I'm with you. I enjoyed the Cap ride, so let's do this now. And I'm with you. The thing about Marvel, more so than their casting choices for their characters, where they've done a phenomenal job with who they are casting for their iconic characters, or not even that iconic characters, but they've done a really good job at casting. Let's talk like Hercules and uh, Brett, who they got for Hercules. Perfect, right?
Yeah.
The one thing they also do really well is find these, you know, random smaller directors and really showcase their talent. We love James Gunn now. We love John Watts now. We love
What James Gunn had done what Slither before.
yeah, Slither.
That's
He
basically it.
Yeah, and I think he had a few more projects. I know there's a lot of James Gunn enthusiasts that'll protect his work, but for the majority, he wasn't that popular. And I can even echo the same with Taika Waititi as well. Um, and
Russo brothers, they did
the,
like
the Ru-
Community.
yeah, the Russo brothers. I don't know how I forgot about them. They're kind of the linchpin of all of this. But but yeah, I mean they know how to go and find this talent, which is what we want. I love new talent. We love new talent. I love the fact that I'm excited for Nope because it's a Jordan Peele movie, but when Jordan Peele may get out, we didn't know what to expect. You gotta
Facts.
give new talent the opportunity to showcase why they're special, and he might bring something very great to it. Yeah, it's going to be different from the older Cap movies, but it's a new Cap, and I want different.
Yeah.
I don't want to relive that experience that we just had. Let's give Sam Wilson the time of day, and I think that if they're picking this guy Julius Ona, then I wish him luck and good luck to him.
Yeah, yeah. Well said. I can't wait for this. I loved Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's probably around fourth for me if I'm ranking all the shows, but that's not a slight on it. I think it's more of how good all the Marvel shows have been, and I know a lot of people have had their issues with the Marvel. I've loved just about all of them. I've only really
Yeah,
had an issue with Moon Knight, but
the one I had more of an issue with was Hawkeye than Moon Knight.
Yeah, I
Lu-
get
Lu-
a
Lu-
lot of
Luna-
people have an issue with Hawkeye, and I can't help it. It's still my favorite
yeah.
show. I understand the issues. I get it. I don't care. Kate Bishop I love her. She's so great.
Yeah. I mean, she was great. I think I had the same issue. I thought Hawkeye and Captain Falcon Winter Soldier, I keep wanting to call it Captain America Winter Soldier because that's how
Yeah.
they ended it. But Falcon Winter Soldier and Hawkeye I thought fell into a similar trap where that storyline that's flushing these characters that the characters are going through, I just thought was a little weak. Um, the whole idea with Kate Bishop's mom Echo, I just thought that was a little weak.
Yeah, Kate's mom was a little much.
Right, and I thought that with Falcon Winter Soldier, I thought that the terrorist group power broker, I just thought all of that was weak. Nothing to take away from Kate Bishop, and what Haley Steinfeld did with that. Not to take away what Sam Wilson did as Anthony Mackie and Sam Wilson. I love Anthony Mackie and Sam Wilson. I just thought those shows fell short as far as the strength of the tension and the climax of that story. But I thought they're still well. I don't think that they're bad shows. I don't know why we're trashing these shows. There's a lot worse shows out there. I definitely do believe they need to stop with that 6-episode format. That needs to go. That needs to go. If anything, WandaVision showed 8 episodes is better. But yeah, guys, that's our thoughts on Captain America Captain America finally gets director. How do you guys feel about Julius Ona taking over Nigerian guy? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Comment down below and let us know your thoughts as we move on to the very next topic. And I just don't want to get into this. Okay, but we gotta talk about it. So BC, you sent me, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. You sent me this trailer to watch, and I wasn't even looking out for this trailer, but he sent me over the Munsters trailer. Rob Zombie's Munsters. You know, I don't know why I keep getting trapped into thinking Rob Zombie's going to make a good movie.
Yeah.
I didn't care for this trailer. I thought this trailer was this was a joke, right?
No.
Okay, so to give you guys some insight, the Munsters trailer was released yesterday, and just go watch it. Just, you have my permission. Stop here, go watch it. Come back, and then let us know your thoughts on this trailer. This trailer was so dumb, bad. Audio was bad. It was edited badly. They even put the whimsy, that stuff in there. I don't even know what you call that thing. It was a joke. This is like one of the worst trailers I've ever seen. It was bad.
Yeah. Look, I
make it make sense, BC.
Mr. try
pop culture positivity, BC.
Pop culture positivity. I try to celebrate the things that we love. I grew up on the Munsters. I love the Munsters. I have a Halloween playlist I listen to every year. The theme is on there. I love the Munsters. And when they announced that Rob Zombie was doing the movie, I was like, that's a little weird. They go, but he's a huge fan. Look, he's already got the set, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, cool. He gets the Munsters. He's on board. Let's do this. Wow, this looks like shit. I can't help it. There's nothing I can say or do to make this look better because it looks. As someone who grew up watching the Munsters, these don't feel like the Munsters at all. Not Grandpa, not Herman, none of them. It feels terrible. I don't know what this stylistic campy choice for the trailer was, but it did not work if you ask me.
It's bad. It
was hard to watch.
When I was watching it, so I had Lindsay next to me. I watched it on the big screen, and she was like, "Oh, okay, like what is that?" I was like, "That's a real trailer for a real movie." And she was like, "Wait, what?" She thought it was an SNL skit. She thought it was. She said it looked like a What she say? She said it looked like a long TikTok, like it I can't remember what she said about it, but she just said it looks bad. The little ooze transition, when the ooze transition came in,
Mm-hmm.
I was out. I was out, and I tried to give it a chance. I was kind of spoiled into knowing that it was going to be bad because when I went to search the Munsters trailer, all I saw was the flood of this trailer sucks, right? And I was
You know what? I was worried right off the bat, just because when they announced Rob Zombie, I was like, oh, his fucking wife to play Lily Munster. I know. And then here we go. We got his wife playing Lily Munster, and I'm just, it doesn't fit. It
this
just
was
doesn't fit.
I was just looking for an article in Gizmodo. This is the tagline. Somehow this Rob Zombie Munsters movie trailer is 100% real. So we're not the only ones that think we're being trolled right now. This trailer was that bad. I saw Christian Harloff's reaction to it. That was pretty sad. Not his reaction, but just this trailer. It's a bad trailer, man.
It is.
I'm surprised. I don't know who watched this trailer. And then, I mean, someone told me the John Campia show, they're talking about how it could be a fake trailer. I'm hoping that this was a fake trailer and that the next trailer is something totally different. Maybe we're getting Sonic the Hedgehog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, maybe I don't see. I don't know.
I'm trying to be optimistic here.
I like the positivity. I like you have a spin. Let's go with it. It's a fake trailer. Just I like the positive spin.
In my head canon, I sit better at night thinking that this is a fake trailer. If
That
I
makes
know
sense.
that this is a fake, where's Deadpool going to show up? Just let me know this isn't real. This looks bad. I mean, nothing. And I love the Munsters. The Munsters, I grew up with the Munsters, and I'm sure a lot of people did too. And I honestly wasn't even. I forgot that they were making a Munsters movie. I remember talking about it a while ago that they were talking about bringing back the Munsters. Um, and yo, y'all better figure this out because y'all about to have the Adams family lap y'all. Like if I'm like in the Munsters team division, like yo, this is not a good look.
See, that's weird because I grew the Munsters Revenge. I think there was like I loved all these movies. I loved every single one of them. I loved the series. It was so much fun. Growing up, I loved this way more than I liked the Addams Family. Like I was not an Addams Family fan. I was a Munsters fan. So that's what bothers me so much is to see this and be like, this is not good.
No, this ain't it. This ain't it. Guys, have you had a chance to check out the Munsters trailer? We would love to know. Comment down below let us know your thoughts on that trailer as we move on to our very next topic. And now we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the main topic of the show. Today we're talking about
Yeah, we are.
We're talking about some Miss Marvel. Before we talk about the really big thing, BC, we've had a chance to watch 6 hours of Miss Marvel, the lowest rated Disney Plus show on the internet.
Is that true?
It's the lowest rated Disney Plus show.
Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding you.
This is arguably one of the best things they've put out in Phase 4. This is one of the best things they've put out, period. Miss Marvel is such a fun, hopeful, happy, positive show. Going into Miss Marvel, I was not excited. All right?
Yeah.
I was sitting there going, okay, this is not made for me. All right? I'm 36-year-old dude. All right? I don't care about this little iCarly looking television show. I'm going to watch it because it's Marvel, but I don't expect anything from it. And holy shit, did it blow my mind. This was such a fun family show. It had such a great dynamic. Take the superhero, take the Marvel out of it, and it's just a well-made, fun family show. And if you are not in love with this girl, with this little girl, there's something wrong because she's just the sweetest thing ever, ever.
Yeah. No, I'm looking up her name now.
I cannot pronounce
I'm,
it. She will
I'm
be Kamala for my entire life.
Iman Vellani. That's her name.
Yeah,
Iman Vellani.
Kamala.
You know, there's a story a long time ago when Will Smith joined to be a part of the Fresh Prince. When he joined that show, uh, Alfonso Ribeiro uh, told Will Smith his character's name should be Will Smith because everyone is going to call him that character for the rest of his life, right?
Genius.
Which is funny because Alfonso now is Carlton. Well, Iman, I need to let you know something. His name is Miss Marvel.
From now on.
From now on, it's Miss Marvel, and I hope you're okay with that. I love this show, dude. From start to finish, if I have to do this, if I have to say from start to finish, this was the most consistently good show that I think that I've seen so far on Disney Plus. There wasn't one.
I do
Marvel.
I do still think that WandaVision is the flag bearer. I think WandaVision is.
I'm not talking WandaVision because that's the one with 10 episodes. I don't care.
Yeah,
like,
I think that is why WandaVision is the flag bearer because it had those episodes to really flesh it out. If you had added 2-3 episodes to this, I think this would be on par, if not better, than WandaVision.
WandaVision, I kind of put. You know how we talk about top 5 rappers that are alive? Tupac, Biggie, they're over there. That's where WandaVision is because
rappers that are alive, and you named 2 dead rappers.
I'm saying. I said 2 dead. I said dead or alive, and then I said Tupac and Biggie. They're kind of like cemented.
Okay, I thought you said top 5 rappers that are alive.
Yeah.
Biggie, Tupac. What about dead?
Well,
and that's sad that they're still top 5.
Dude, what I'm trying to say is that with that's true. With WandaVision, they gave us so much time. I don't loop it in with the other Disney Plus shows. They gave it more time. They gave it 8, 9 episodes. I'm talking about the 6-episode Disney Plus shows that we've gotten: Loki, Hawkeye, Moon Knight, Miss Marvel, Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Was that 6?
I'm pretty certain they were all 6.
Okay.
I think they were all 6 with WandaVision being the exception. For the 6-episode stuff, I believe Miss Marvel has been the most consistently good. No, was the finale my favorite? No, but I honestly felt more emotions toward Miss Marvel than I think I felt with a lot of other of these Disney Plus characters. Echoing what you said, I love the mother. I thought she was great. I adore the dad. The dad. To me, he is dad goals. If I could be a dad like him, I'm good. Because he supports his dad. He supports his daughter. Both of her parents support her. But, you know, just as a man, you know, I'm going to be a dad one day. I connected with him a lot. And I was like, that was pretty cool. I loved Iman. I love how they tie in her name with everything. I had some issues with the last episode. I did.
Okay. Talk to me. Tell me. What are these issues? What you got?
You know, I'm tired of the everyone else gets the same powers thing, you know? And if I'm going to get upset when, like, in Moon Knight, we give the girl powers, you know, because I thought that was thrown in there kind of weirdly. I'm upset that they gave this kid powers. Okay. What's his name?
Kamran,
right? I don't like that aspect of it all too much because to me it also takes away a little bit of what we see at the end. Now, let's talk about what I'm talking about.
Before I know that's the big thing, but
that's the big thing.
Here's one thing about the finale and stuff. You know, a lot of people are, you know, getting up in arms about how the lack of a clear villain that really went through this story. But you got to think about this. Just because you become a superhero doesn't mean the first thing you're doing is fighting a super villain. You
No.
know, you don't have an arch nemesis right off the bat, especially when you don't know what it is you're actually doing. And yeah, she ended up already have like at the by the end, she has a great superhero costume right off the bat. I think a child would have a little bit more issue, wouldn't just be jumping into battles with the bad guys.
Right.
You know, so I liked that this story was so, and it was a personal story about a kid getting powers, not having to fight a supervillain, but just getting powers and
No.
live their life. I loved that. And we have damage control coming in, and are they bad guys? Nah, they're our antagonist, and I liked that. It was
No.
basic, it was calm. It felt like a real life story,
Right.
which is as much as you can do with a super.
Right. I mean, what we witnessed was this, and here's the story. The story isn't really Miss Marvel is a character that's as a character is thrown into an already moving plot line. There's already this thing going on about trying to get the bangle. Kamala Khan just interjects herself into that.
Yeah.
And then she's just reacting to everything else that's going on around her. No, there didn't need to be a supervillain this season. Because you're right. It's not okay. Becoming a superhero isn't like going online and saying www.iwannabeasuperhero.com and then you're instantly matched Tinder style with the arch villain. Like it takes times. Like it takes time. We just watched a 6-hour origin story.
Yep.
We just watched a 6-hour origin story where she figured out her powers while something else was going on and she got involved with it. But there wasn't really a villain, and that's okay because a story you just need a protagonist and an antagonist. No one ever said the antagonist necessarily have to be a villain. It could just be someone who opposes the paradigm of the main character. They don't have to go full Thanos villain mode. When you start doing things like that, it starts to dilute good villains, in my opinion. So I liked what the story was. I enjoyed it. I really thought it was great. Can we talk
And
about it?
another big thing about it is, one of the things I love about Ant-Man, the first Ant-Man. It came out. What was it? Right after. It was either right after Age of Ultron, I think. I don't. After some movie where it was like, yo, the world, the universe, the world is in danger. And then we go to Ant-Man, and it's I gotta save the family. You know, from world ending
Dominic Toretto.
to I gotta save the family, and then we start building back up. That's what I loved about Miss Marvel is I just want to save my family and my friends right this town, this small section of New York.
Right.
You know, I gotta
stories.
save this community. I gotta hours right now, and it was grounded and smaller, so much so that I wish post credit scene, but I wish that post credit scene wasn't even in this. I wish we had one more season, even of just 6 more episodes before the Marvels. And we could see and again another very small self-contained story before boom she gets thrusted into the Marvels.
Yeah, no,
I think that
I agree.
really would have added even more to Kamala's character. That's negative is that I wish that there was another to continue to look at this girl's life before we see her teaming up with superheroes.
I hear you, man. And I think that you're right. And I think narratively, a few more episodes, but this is that Disney 6-episode trap, right? And that's why I think that these seasons need to take more of an HBO approach. 8 to 10 episodes. Give us a more flushed.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I would take the Stranger Things model as well because I'm
the part 1, part 2.
done with season 4. I'm almost done with season 4, and holy crap, Those episode lengths are perfect.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're a little bit longer, right? Because
That's like they're like an hour 15 or something every one.
yeah.
So I'm like, oh, contained movie. It's great.
No, but all in all, I thought that this show was a success. I mean, if I was to give it any stars, I mean, I'm sitting at a really solid four out of 5. I'm very happy with this show.
I like it.
No, no, it wasn't a perfect by any means, guys. I just need to talk to the fandom. I need to talk to the fandom. Walk into a comic book store. Just walk into a comic book store and look at all the different comic books. You're going to see on those pages and those covers a lot of characters that don't look like white dudes. And embrace what this fandom is. It's a collection of stories from all people. I love the fact I didn't know anything about the partition. I learned something brand new. And I learned something about their culture. Their culture is beautiful. It was beautifully depicted. And I hope that those of the Pakistani faith, the Pakistani race, loved the depiction of this, because I would like their approval in that, because it was a good, real insight on how they live, and I thought that was great. It's great to have these experiences, and it's new. We need to talk about this, man. We need to talk about it. She's a mutant.
They said it. They said it.
She's a mutant.
Bro, I lost shit, bro. And so much so that not only did I like the first time, I didn't notice the da-da-da-da-da-da. I didn't hear it because I heard mutation and I just started screaming. You guys, look, I'm wearing a Gifted t-shirt. I don't know if you know, watch The Gifted, but The Gifted, I love the mutants. The mutants they're mutants.
Man,
Sorry. Okay, sorry.
When you messaged me, you was like, bro. First of all, I was avoiding all spoilers because I did watch it a day late. When they dropped that was nice. That was a nice, because, and it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense, because yes, we have the Inhumans thing, and that could be, and they tried with the Inhumans, but let's be honest, the Inhumans and the X-Men are so similar. They could just streamline all that stuff, because for the mass audience, like, we're some nerd geeks, but like to the mass audience, if you try to explain what the Inhumans are, what do the people normally say? Oh, like the X-Men.
Exactly.
They're like the X-Men.
When doing the Inhumans, we were going, oh, so we're doing this because we don't have the X-Men.
Right. You got the X-Men now. This makes sense. But I did have an issue with this.
Because what's the issue? Holla at me. I'll talk you through it. Because I've been talking to people all week long. Holla at me.
Does this mean Kamran's a mutant?
I don't know immediately right off the bat. I would assume but I don't know.
Because what part of her powers is the mutant power?
That is true, because something in her is the bracelet thing.
The bracelet, right? And so these aren't necessarily issues. These are things that are going to have to be explained. These are questions that are going to have to be explained later.
If I was gonna pick a negative about the show, it would be, how did Kamran get those powers? Like, it's just all of a sudden, like, his mama just go say his name and he got powers. Okay, cool. Can we explain that? No. All right, whatever.
And I don't care. That's my whole thing. You know, it's not a big thing. Because he wasn't in it all too much. I'm sorry, he wasn't in it all too much, so it didn't take me all the way out of it. But at the same time, I was like, why do we have to give Kamran powers? I was perfectly okay with watching Miss Marvel and being dazzled by Miss Marvel. Let Miss Marvel have her moment.
Yeah.
Let Miss Marvel have her. And when she hit the jump with the arms and the legs, and I was like, beautiful.
And I get it. To get there, we had to have someone that Damage Control was afraid of, that she has to then go out and protect. I get it. I see.
But we don't got to yellow jacket everything. We don't have to make a yellow jacket for everything. We don't have to have an Ironmonger for everything. We don't have to make a duplicate villain with. And as much as I do love comic books, I have to say that comic books
that's the thing.
make this
That's
a
the
thing.
thing. That's something I liked, is the fact that he wasn't a villain. He's just a dude scared, trying to get away from this situation that he's in.
Well,
and
I
he's
didn't mean to
getting
say villain.
angry
I didn't
because
mean to say
people
villain.
are shooting at him.
That's true. No, that's true too. Like, why you running? Because you chasing me, right? No, I get
Why?
that.
Why are you running? You are shooting at me.
I get all
I'm
that.
gonna run.
I guess what I'm trying to say is this, and I'm not trying to gatekeep anything. I'm really trying to say, hey, we finally are introducing Miss Marvel. Why do we have to take the shine off of her for it? If Kamran had came out and he had totally different shit going on with him, and it
Different
wasn't
powers.
and it wasn't necessarily powers. He was just more or less being possessed by something, and the force field was reacting. But it wasn't him inherently having powers.
Yeah.
I would be okay. It's just the idea that now he has powers, and it's like, well, all right. I guess it kind of dilutes Kamala's story a little bit.
A little.
But I'm not being flute take. But it's awesome. I'm thinking 97 X-Men's going to have more than we think.
Do you think 97 X-Men is going to play into the MCU?
I'm thinking more and more.
It's
it is
very interesting.
I'm thinking more, because
so
how we
you know, and
What
before we really jump into the means for the overall universe, I've already of comments coming back because I got excited right off the bat. I put it on my Twitter, my Instagram, my TikTok. I'm all over it. How excited I am about the fact that they said mutants, because there was literally one word they were banned from saying. They were not allowed to use any variation of the word mutant, or they would be sued by Fox. That's why we got Miracle or something else. And, they would use anything that they like. Even talk about the X-Men, they still could not say mutant. 10 years for them to say this, and so they say it, and I lose my shit, and I'm happy and excited, and then I look at the internet and they're like, but she's an inhuman X-Men. And my buddy, I like to call him Angry Andrew, because he's about something until I explain that to him. And he's like, why would they do this? Because she's not even an X-Men. Would they say mutant for her first? I go, bro, I don't give a fuck if she's an X-Men. Mutation in an MCU project. With her. I don't care. They said mutation. Watch 2022 is a go, bro, because search we started trickling it in with Multiverse of Madness, and now the search is officially a go because they have said Mew in an MCU project. Yeah, she's not an X-Men. There's more. They didn't say Bruno, who we don't talk about, didn't say there's something weird about your genes. You're an X-Man. No, he just said mutation. There are mutants that aren't X-Men. Okay? She's not the first X. She's just a mutant. They said mutant. This. I'll get off the soapbox now. Sorry.
You make all the points, and it is a big thing. All the points. I can't echo any more of what you just said. You're right, bro. We finally got some mutants in here, which is dope, and I can't wait to explore that side of it. So now let's go ahead and talk about post credits. Mm-hmm. So I actually do have the article here where about Carol Danvers coming in there. So people are confused about Kamala Khan and Carol Danvers and what's going on. Some people are thinking Carol Danvers turned into Kamala, or Kamala turned into Carol, or she's shape-shifting as Carol, or whatever. Well, the showrunner and the head writer, she said this: Kamala doesn't turn into Carol.
Yeah. That was, I never thought that to begin with, but then I started seeing it online. I was like, oh, that makes sense that y'all do think that, though. Okay, I get that.
Yeah. Then she continued. She says it's an important distinction to The person then says, well, Kamala switches places with Carol. Is that more accurate? And she says, correct. It's an important distinction just because in the comic books, that's something that Kamala does. She can change the way she looks, and she looks like Carol Danvers in issue 1 of the comic book. But she's not turning into Carol on the show. That's Carol Danvers standing in Kamala's bedroom.
Yeah.
So that's coming directly from, and that article was off from Variety. That's from the showrunner. That's from the head writer. So she has an idea of what's going on with the show. I would say that she's a valid source on this. And then now they did talk about potentially bringing in Carol earlier, and they said they had talks about it and stuff. But no, that is Carol at the end. She's there. Kamala didn't shapeshift into her. So now we got this going on. What do we think is happening right now, BC? Explain this to us.
I don't know, because that actually really did throw me off. Because I honestly, if I would have put money down on not seeing Brie Larson in this, I thought we would have seen Paris, Monica Rambeau. I thought she would have been the person we saw. I did not expect to see Carol Danvers, and I will say, yo, Brie looking good, bro.
Bro, you know what? I was shocked. I was like,
I was like, oh
wow,
man,
okay.
Brie coming out here with a little bit of an hourglass figure to her. She getting
did they change her uniform?
I think they changed the uniform.
It looks better.
She looked good, bro. And you see it on her face. What I love Captain Marvel. I think Captain Marvel is an incredible film. I don't understand why people don't like it, because I think it is so fun. Do what? You don't like it?
Yeah, we had this conversation.
I think it's absolutely incredible to hang out with the character of Carol Danvers, because I love her dry sarcasm of humor. I love it. It is hilarious and so fun to be around. And so just to see, the post-credit scene where she's like, "Oh, hey, I gotta go. He's got my number. Bye." And then Bruce is just, I don't know why she does that. I don't have her number at all. That was weird. And that's love that. And so to see her land in this room, seeing all this fan love of her, and she's just, the fuck is going on? Just go, okay.
Yeah, that was
and I just see it, and I'm just like, oh, I of Carol Danvers. All right, I'm gonna go kill Thanos, and I'll bring back some treats for y'all later. Bye.
Well, listen, I've already said many times. I've already said on this show many times that I'm not the biggest fan of the Captain Marvel character. The movie was okay, but the character I'm just not a big fan of. But I don't want to talk too much about that. I want to talk more about what's going on actually. So, it seems like she's it's obviously switched places. This has something to do with the bangle. Remember, they got the bangle off of the Kree, right? Because that was a Kree person. I think we're thinking they're Kree because it was just a blue hand. I think that if the Marvel rules is if it's blue, it's Kree, right?
Probably.
Unless it's Yondu, right?
Facts.
But if they're blue, they're normally Kree. But it looked like it came off of a Kree person. So that is the connection to Captain Marvel there, because Captain Marvel obviously got her powers from the Kree. So there's possibly that connection going on between the bangle and the Kree. Does Miss Marvel have the second bangle? Was that a bangle? Because they're looking for the second bangle.
Yeah.
Is that a bangle to bangle communication going on? Is Miss Marvel now caught up in some Kree shit? Like now? Like, did she just, walk up
Did
on
Kamala just show up in the middle of a battle?
Yeah, like, what's going on, right? High step up out of there, right? But what's going on with her? Do you think that, obviously this was the setup for the Marvels.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously the setup for the Marvels. I think we get it now. Captain Marvel's going to go find Photon, and they're going to go get this girl, right? I think that's probably where we're going with this, if I was just to make a quick assumption. So we got that. What do you think?
I kind of hope like this. I think sometimes when they do post credit scenes, like they're not just a post credit scene; they are it's a small scene that is expanded in the movie. And that's kind of what I hope this is. I hope this is like halfway through Act 1 or toward the end of Act 1, beginning of Act 2, and all of a sudden we're up in space and Captain Marvel and disappears and Miss Marvel's right there like, "Oh, what?"
Yeah, no,
Like that's what
I
I'm
think
hoping.
that'll be perfect. I think that'll play great. I think that's what people are. That's what I'm expecting to happen because why not catch up with Captain Marvel while she's in the middle of something and that happens? That would make sense.
Yeah.
That would connect it in. There'll be no questions asked. Fans will calm down, right? Um, I think it makes. I think that'll work.
Fans will
I guess
calm down.
I just love
Hell,
the
they
lore.
won't.
If there's one thing that I love more about these shows, which is my frustration, is the lore. How does all of this connect to each other? Because, damn it, they found that in a Ten Rings temple.
Yeah.
You know, they found it in a Ten Rings building. You know, like,
See,
what is
that's
going
what's
on,
good. That
man?
that little aspect,
Yeah.
the fact that okay, 10 rings, boom, that is connection. We got Iron Man connections. We have Shang-Chi connections. I
Yeah.
love that. And this is way off topic, but I think that's one of my issues with Thor: Love and Thunder is it's just
Blah.
too self-contained.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing that's like this universe. There is a bigger universe in this, and we do need stories like. But I would still like something that's like, okay, I see how this is the bigger universe, and that's what Miss Marvel did very,
Well,
very
you know what?
simply.
Let's have
Is
this
get
conversation.
bigger universe.
I want to have a new conversation with you now because we
Okay.
talked because you just brought up this point about Thor: Love and Thunder and not and being too much of a self-contained story.
Yes.
Now let's have this conversation because I think it needs to be had with Marvel specifically. The MCU has trained us to feel this way of connectivity,
Yes.
right? When they make movies like Thor: Love and Thunder, where it could be a little too self-contained, do you think that hinders the movement that the MCU is doing?
No, because if you look at this, if you look at let's take for example Hawkeye. All right, Hawkeye was a very self-contained story, but it had good connections with his Ronin past. That is a larger expansion of the universe. It was a smaller self-contained story, but you throw in there and okay, this opens the universe up.
Well,
Have a big part, but it shows you people from the greater universe are a part of this. Same thing with Falcon and Winter Soldier. We get small cameo of Rhodey, who if you think about it, he's probably even if you didn't remember that he was in Falcon
yeah,
and Winter
he
Soldier,
was only in there for so small. Yeah.
you don't. But it added to the overall. It shows that this is one universe. Thor: Love, yeah, the Guardians were it was jarring. It didn't feel like it fit because that was just used
Well,
to get out.
let me shift your mindset a little bit because I come play in my sandbox for a little bit.
Okay, let me play with your toys. What
We
you got?
we like Hawkeye. We
love
both
Hawkeye.
agree
I love
that.
Hawkeye.
Sorry. We like Miss Marvel. We both agree that Miss Marvel was done very, very well, but it has a connected tissue, and that's why I'm satisfied. People were not satisfied with Hawkeye. Okay, people were not satisfied with Captain America: Winter Soldier, and Captain America: Winter
No.
Soldier, I would say, was very, very self-contained. I
Yes.
will also say that Hawkeye was a little bit more self-contained. I will say that Thor: Love and Thunder was a little bit more self-contained. I think that people were disappointed with Multiverse of Madness because all in all, yeah, even though they did the multiverse stuff, it's like what's going on with this? I would argue the opposite. I think that the same points you're making is the exact reason why people are disappointed. Because
Okay.
that those self-contained stories are not progressing it forward. I would argue that this show was going to if people honestly gave this show a chance, it would have pleased more people because it's giving them what they want
Yeah.
with the moving it forward. Where with when you look at Phase 4, people have not been on board with Phase 4
Exactly.
as a whole, and I would argue that it's because most of the projects have been more self-contained.
See, I don't think they are really self-contained, and I think the larger if you go back and look at Phase 1, everyone wants to say that Phase 4 has no clear direction. Where is it going? Why aren't we seeing Kang or Thanos, whoever's new? Where are they?
That's a terrible impression of me, but I'll let you go.
But in Phase 1, I don't know if people really remember watching those movies because they didn't have a lot to. Huh?
I'll say we.
And they
I'll
did.
say
They
we,
didn't have a lot to do with each other other than tiny little things, and they weren't setting things up. They were just telling these stories, and then the Avengers came, and all those stories happened to run together. We don't know where we're going yet because it's not. We're not at that point. Phase 4 is so big. It's like Phase 1 blown up. It's so big, but it's still all leading somewhere. Kevin Feige told us little things. You've seen little things.
We've seen little things.
And
Well,
that's
listen,
all we need.
I'm going to tell you this.
Right.
I'm going to tell you this. You sound a lot like me apologizing for DC shit. I'm going to tell you that. You sound a lot like me.
No, I am an apologist. I am an X-Men apologist. Yeah. I will apologize for X-Men. I don't understand the need to apologize for Marvel because I think Marvel is doing a fantastic job still.
Right.
I do not understand.
That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is Phase 4 as a collective didn't hit, and I think it's because they have and we're talking about. I want to talk about more like Phase 3. At that point, they are training us for a certain product.
Yeah.
I think that they have, with those other projects, they weren't as successful because they're missing that piece. I'm very happy with Miss Marvel because I got the connective tissue that I was expecting from more of the shows, right? That's why I'm enjoying Miss Marvel. That's why Miss Marvel's above to me. As I do enjoy Captain America: Winter Soldier, but I put Miss Marvel above that because of the connectivity issue. It's tying it all together. Well, guys, that has been the Lando episode. Thank you guys for joining us today.
Hey, but before we go, say one last thing about how important Miss Marvel truly is. Yeah. You know, there's moments that we will forever remember from the MCU. There are moments that completely changed film. They completely epic moments that will forever not only change film, they have a huge impact on this universe that they have built. You know, when Nick Fury walked on screen and said, "I want to talk about the Avengers Initiative," that was massive. It changed. When at the end of Avengers, when Thanos, the post-credit scene, turns and does that smile, that's an insane moment that changed the MCU. When Thanos snapped and a movie ended, the bad guy winning, that's an epic moment that will forever change things. They said mutation on Miss Marvel. That's the fourth horseman right there. That changed MCU on a fundamental level. This is, and I was so angry Wednesday.
Keep waving that 4 around like that. John Rogan's going to come out of the bushes.
I was so mad on Wednesday because I know a lot of people that like Marvel. I got people that I go to and I talk about nerd.
Yeah.
None of them here in Texas, at least, Marvel. And so I could not talk to, and it was driving me nuts because this was a fundamental. People who love the MCU, I go, this was a huge moment in the MCU. And people aren't watching. What the hell? They said mutant.
Well, guys, it was a huge moment for the MCU. And if you hit that like button and subscribe and share, it'll be a huge moment for all of us. Guys, this has been the Lando Project. I've been your host, Lando Payne. Thank you so much for joining us on today's episode. And as always, special thanks to my co-host, B to the C, the big dog, BC. Where can they find you, big dog?
All social medias, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, at The Grind Calls. Don't forget to check out The Grind Calls LandoProject.com, answering the call to bring you pop culture positivity.
And guys, we will see you on our next episode of the Lando Project. And until then,